The following contains strong language, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
The following presentation is brought to you by the Realm Network. This week on the Marc and Lowell Show.
And the problem is you got a mask on. So like normally if somebody smiles first, it's like, oh, okay, this is pleasant. You can smile back or you could smile first. But like without seeing the mouth, I like try to smile at people and all they can see is my eyes. My eyes are like.
Same thing. Yeah. Like I find myself doing that all the time. Like I walk by someone and if we do make eye contact, I smile. Yeah. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. They can't see my smile.
I find when someone's walking towards me on the sidewalk, I just go, ooh, yeah. And they usually just move, you know.
You just go, and then your mask falls off.
Hello, boys. Marc.
I just pooped and it smells fabulous.
Lowell.
Welcome to my latest experiment. This is a big one.
It's the Marc and Lowell Show.
It was a show just for me and you, much like this podcast.
Where two guys bring you stories and opinions.
Our listeners will not laugh.
But if we laugh, then people will laugh.
Built on 30 years of friendship.
You were singing operatically.
Yeah, while you were taking the camera.
And I was zooming
in on my crotch.
Yes.
Along with a regular cast of pals to help them remember it all.
Camp is the best.
Get your shit together.
All right, so back to your swamp ass.
Say ho.
Now, here's Marc and Lowell.
Hello and welcome everybody to the Marc and Lowell Show. I am your host, Marc Ronick, and here with me, as always, my co-host, Lowell Melser. Hello, Lowell.
We're back, baby. We're back.
We're back, and we have here today with us our good friend, Jonah Berger. Hello, Jonah.
Say, brothers, what's happening?
Hey.
Oh, we have the CMTA admin in the house.
CMTA admin is in the house.
Yeah, let's bow down, boys.
Yeah, of course. Why not?
That's what's so funny about Zoom, isn't it? Zoom is so funny because a lot of times I've had Zoom meetings and people just have the most random names. It has nothing, you think it has nothing to do with them at all.
I'm just always various levels of CMT admin, so it's always hard to like keep track, you know.
There's a great way to do a prank on people if you change your name to Connection Lost. That's the best way to get out of a Zoom meeting.
Oh, I like that.
Connection Lost.
That's perfect.
And turn off your camera.
Right, of course.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
For sure.
Oh, are we doing backgrounds? I was thinking about that too, about Zoom recently, that nobody does the backgrounds anymore.
Oh, are you kidding me? I do the backgrounds, baby.
There, let's see. I don't have. There's not much. I don't have any.
I'm sitting in an amber glow of a warm fire in the study. It's very calming.
It's very nice. It looks very nice. I think I've got a few of my own. Oh, the best.
Only imagine you got a few of your own.
The best is when you do something like this. Hold on.
Yeah, you could just put that up, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like every once in a while, nod your head in agreement.
Yeah. Can you hear us?
So,
Marc, can you hear us?
So just so everybody knows, because we're not showing this visually, I have a video going. It's on a loop of me sitting at my desk doing work as if I'm listening to a Zoom meeting, so that then you can just slip away.
Yes.
You know, but you got to plan it right. You got to wear the right shirts and all that stuff. But let me switch my preferences here. I don't want that to be the background the whole time.
You know, there's one I saw that's on YouTube. It's Chewbacca sitting next to you.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, nobody really uses the background.
Yeah, that was a big thing in the early phase of the pandemic.
Right. And now things have just gotten so bad that people are so miserable that they're just like, oh, yeah.
And that'll do it for Positive Corner on the.
Yeah, it's bad, bro.
Yeah, well, you're covering a lot of it.
Yeah, keep it positive.
Yeah, what happened to your positive videos that you used to do at the beginning?
Took them all down. Took all the positive videos down. Only
that
negative.
Was so 4 months ago, man.
Gloom and doom now, baby.
So what are your plans, everybody, for Thanksgiving?
We were thinking of just sitting in the corner of our house, turn off all the lights in the dark. and just stare at each other because we can't be with family.
I mean,
Isn't that the best?
Yeah, except that I'm seeing on the news that travel is way up right now in the airports.
Of course you are. So as long as most people are being idiots, we all should just be idiots.
See, what sucks about this conversation is it starts getting political, which is like,
right? I'm not political.
You know,
no, but it quickly goes there.
It goes there.
I am.
You just went there.
I'm scientific.
But science is now political, so you can't even talk about that.
Right. I can talk about whatever I want because I ain't political. I'll tell you what. I mean, Trump's supporters are going to burn in hell.
You're not political. Can you play the video, the audio of him in front of his apartment complex doing the protest?
When he was living in Colorado.
No, that's human rights violations. I was standing up against human rights violations.
Yeah.
That had nothing to do with politics.
We got to dig up that audio.
And all those, what are all those Facebook posts that I see that you post all the time?
It's all for the podcast, man. It's not stuff I believe. I just have to put that stuff out there to promote.
A true politician, then.
Oh God!
Yeah,
we're going over to Megan's parents' house. They're like the only other people in our bubble. Megan's parents and her sister all live in that house, so we will go over there on Wednesday night and have a sleepover.
Oh, a sleepover!
Someone say that is not a good idea.
No, I know.
That is not a good idea.
But it hasn't been a good idea all along, and we're the only people that are around each other, so I think we are comparatively pretty safe.
Yeah.
I'm not saying 100% because that ain't in existence, but we're doing pretty good. I haven't seen people. I go on a walk in our neighborhood with Amelia and I'm like, oh my God, there's a person right over there.
Yeah, I know. I take the dog for a walk, or Amy and I'll go for a walk. And it's so funny because you'll see somebody coming from the opposite direction on the same side of the street the sidewalk. And then it's a big debate. It's like, all right, who's going to move first? When do you move? And you always still feel bad, even though it's a pandemic and everyone should understand. You feel bad having to avoid people when they're coming toward you.
And you do it in the grocery and all that kind of stuff. It's like somebody's coming and you're like, I find myself looking down a lot. I don't want to make eye contact with people. And I feel like it's very troubling. I used to make eye contact with people all the time. And now it's just you go somewhere, if you have to go somewhere, and you get in, you get out, and you look down the whole time and don't even try to be.
And the problem is you got a mask on. So normally if somebody smiles first, it's like, oh, okay, this is pleasant. You can smile back, or you could smile first, but without seeing the mouth, I try to smile at people and all they can see is my eyes. My eyes are I'm trying to be all positive in my eyes, and it's
right. No, same thing. Yeah. I find myself doing that all the time. I walk by someone and if we do make eye contact, I smile.
Yeah.
I'm oh, wait a minute. They can't see my smile.
I find when someone's walking towards me on the sidewalk, I just go, ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. And they usually just move,
you just go, and then your mask falls off. Say, yes.
That's a good sneeze. I like that fake sneeze. Jonah's crying.
Yeah, and your mask is hanging off. I sneezed so hard I blew my mask off.
That was funny, man. That was funny.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
I'm gonna tell you what.
So, all right. So, yeah, for my Thanksgiving, I am just gonna go to my parents' house, which, as you guys know, is right down the road from me. And just like Jonah, that's my bubble, really. I don't really see or hang out with anybody else. And you got to just do what feels right and comfortable for you. And I feel like if we don't have a big group of people that are going to join us, I feel like it's safe and it's okay to do.
I mean, we usually do Thanksgiving with these friends of ours, and we have a big thing. Her brother comes in with his wife, and we go over there and another set of their friends, and it's always this great time. and we had been planning it. And then as the numbers went up and up, we're like, maybe we'll sit this one out this year.
Yeah, I mean, truth
my
is,
parents are in Florida. Her parents are in Pennsylvania. Can't go anywhere.
Right. And the truth is, Lowell and Allie we were gonna go have a dinner, annual birthday dinner in November. We always do that, the four of us, for Lowell and Allie's birthday, and it was not until the day of that we ended up canceling because the corona's on the rise.
Yeah, the corona was on the rise, and like the babysitter called. I mean, she did call in the morning, and she's like, listen, she's like, because she's a school teacher also, and they were doing hybrid, and she's like, I just don't know if it's a good idea that I come over and this and that, and I'm really sorry. And we were like, yeah, we were kind of waiting for you to call actually about this. And then we told Marc and Amy, and the whole thing fell through. But we ended up going there's a brewery by our house here, and it's wide open. So that's what we did for the day. We went to the brewery and sat by ourselves at a table away from everybody and just did that.
That's good. That's something at least. So, you know, it's funny, though. There is a moment, and actually Amy and I both had the same moment when we got the text from Allie saying that it was canceled, that their babysitter canceled. We can't get together. You know, there's that moment where, and it would be anybody. It doesn't have to, it's not because it's you guys. It's just anybody. You stop and you think, like, at first, are they canceling because they don't trust us? They think that we're infected, or, you know, what is it? You start
not hanging out with the Ronics. Have you seen what
I was so mad. I was so mad.
Yeah, we were really looking forward to it because
I was so mad.
I did the math. We haven't seen you guys since January.
I know. Well, maybe, Christmas is around the corner, so we can do that. We actually called you guys to see what you're doing for Thanksgiving too.
Right. But we couldn't,
to try and make it up. But you guys got your things. I mean, because we have our little Christmas morning thing that we always do too.
We're gonna have to play it by ear, just depending on how things are going. And I'm worried. It's like everybody feels so obligated to just do their normal Thanksgiving plans, or maybe slight variation. But I feel like that's just, the corona is just going to go through the roof after that. Not that it hasn't already.
I mean, I'm still trying to figure out why it just spiked all of a sudden.
I know. I think everybody got a little too lax, is what it is.
Dumb, and you know that's true. They're a big old... Okay.
And you know that's a fact.
Yeah, and you know that's a fact.
But yeah, no, I don't know. But like, I have not stopped wearing my mask.
Right, me too. Although, do you wear it like, what if you're going on, like Jonah was saying, he'll go on a walk, and do you wear your masks on your walks?
No. I have it in my pocket. Yeah, like
you keep it on you.
In my pocket.
People,
exactly.
Yeah, but if I'm just going on a walk, no.
But there are people that will walk around with the masks on, even on a casual walk.
Sure, and that's fine.
Yeah,
whatever. But it all depends too. Like if I'm walking in the city, I would leave it on for sure.
Yeah, right.
Just people all around.
Right.
But
so then, if we're all being well behaved during our quarantining, what is everybody watching these days? I'm sure Lowell and Allie were always the king and queen of TV watching compared to the rest of us on the show. So what are you guys watching?
I've got a plethora. I actually binge watched and you're gonna freak out on this one. Binge watched and got all caught up on The Walking Dead.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had like 4 seasons to watch.
I never have either.
I stopped watching it 4 seasons ago, and I was like, you know what? Because they're announced that they're going to do that. The last season is coming up, and I'm like, you know what? Let me.
Was it good?
Actually, yeah, I got back into it. I got to be honest. Like, you have to take it for what it's worth. It's not the show that it used to be, in the sense that it was like a really good story and like really good acting and like this and that. And now if you just take it for face value, for the adventure quality, that's how I got back into it.
Well, I'm just wondering, I'm sitting here thinking, it's like, how are they going to do the new season? Are you going to have zombies and masks?
Yeah, right. I know they haven't started. Apparently there's like 6 more episodes left of this last season. They're doing as a bonus season. That's going to be in 2021. And then, I don't know how they're going to film the last one because they got to wait for this vaccine, I guess.
I guess so.
And then I'm watching the new Fargo,
Oh, okay.
which is really good.
You know what I just found out about it because I have not watched
Chris
that.
Rock's in it.
Yeah, that's what I had no idea that every season's kind of a new story. It's like a whole different plot, different story, everything, right?
It's a new story, but
New
they
cast?
somehow, new cast, everything. Yeah. But what the one weird thing they do on it is there's one particular character that somehow appears in every season just for some reason.
Just
And he
all of a sudden
plays
shows up.
Yeah, like for some reason, shows up. It's like really weird, but like it doesn't have much to do with the storyline, but he shows up and you're like, oh, okay. So I was doing that. I gave the supermarket sweep a try.
Oh, on ABC?
With Leslie Jones.
Terrible.
Oh, I liked it. I didn't think it was that bad.
Here's what I don't like about that show. I watched it too. All right, here's what I do like. I like the games. The actual games are entertaining, and I find myself wanting to kind of play along. So that makes it a good game show. I am not into her as a host.
You think she's like overdoing it?
I think she's way over the top overdoing it. And quite frankly, I feel like she's trying to be too much like Steve Harvey. I see a lot of that, just the same kind of sense of humor. They're over the top because that's Steve Harvey. He's over the top. And he's like a host on just about every game show there is and talk show.
Game shows, yeah.
So it's an easy comparison.
She needs her own style.
I feel like she just bring it down a little bit. Just reel it in a little bit. It's really she's over the top.
I could see that. I could see that
because I love her. I loved her on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if her consultants are telling her that too.
I'm
I don't
sure
know.
they're telling her to go over the top. But
you haven't asked what I'm watching on TV.
Yeah, what are you watching? Baby Shark.
We've got a healthy dose going on of HGTV and a peppering of Hallmark Christmas movies starting to sprinkle into the mix.
It's funny you mentioned that because Allie listens to a couple of these different podcasts with her. It's like Jeff Lewis podcast and a couple of these other ones that she listens to. And they all say the big thing right now, because it's mindless and
it always resolves in the end.
Yes, it's predictable.
It's predictable.
And it's like Hallmark is seeing a surge in viewership
Turbo surge.
Now. Yeah, with all their Hallmark movies and things like that. Yes,
I know.
Correct.
Jonah, I'm going to guess that you're not the one putting on the HGTV or the Hallmark channel.
I will say this. The other night we're laying in bed and falling asleep and I was watching TV and I was watching HGTV and I was up there first and then she came in and I was already watching HGTV and I said, had you told me back in the day that I'd be not only tolerating HGTV but choosing to watch, it's like, oh, they're looking for a house in another country. Which one are they going to choose? 1, 2, or 3?
We went through that phase too. Like you get in bed and you just turn it on. We would either turn on HGTV or like Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
Oh, right. I love me some Triple D.
Yeah.
Some Flavor Nation. Come on.
Because it's just nice to have on in the background.
Yeah, it's background.
Mindless. Yeah.
Megan is also, she's been getting into Schitt's Creek.
Oh, yeah. We watched that whole thing. I want to say for the record that we were watching Schitt's Creek before it was cool.
I know you were.
Yes. It's a fabulous show.
I have not dove in. Is that a word? Dived into it yet?
It's pretty funny.
It's great. It's so funny. It's excellent. I can't believe so many networks passed on it. It's unbelievable. More funny than a lot of other stuff on TV right now. Oh, but wait. And you're wearing the shirt.
The Mandalorian.
Yeah, we're watching that too. And I have to say, I mean, I'm just blown away by this series. Like every episode is like a movie.
It is
so great about The Mandalorian. Like,
oh my God, bro.
Really
are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now?
I don't watch any of it. So I'm asking out of genuine curiosity, like, why is it so... Is it the plot?
Every episode is pretty much like a Star Wars movie. It's like every episode is an adventure that he goes on. Mm-hmm. It's just done in that Star Wars format.
Yeah.
And it's well done. Like Jon Favreau is a fucking genius. Like, he is so good.
That's what it is. It's just every episode is a Star Wars adventure. It feels true to the movies. It doesn't feel like the newer movies. It just feels more like the original movie.
Yes. It has that old school feel to it.
Yes.
For sure.
With even
a lot of the technology they use has more of that old school Star Wars feel than like the newer school Star Wars feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are a bunch of, for the Star Wars geeks, there's a bunch of Easter eggs that are throughout the entire series. Just little things and plot holes that actually get fixed in The Mandalorian.
Did you watch the last one?
Yes.
We watched it last night with the kids, and it was just like, it was just great. I don't know how they do it. Like, I'm left wanting more after every episode.
Jon Favreau, he just can't miss. He does everything. TV, movies, he's acted, he's directed, he's written. He's the man.
Yeah. And
he's really
hard
good.
to say this for obvious reasons, but kind of underrated still. You know what I mean? Like, he's a big time now Hollywood guy, yes, but I feel like his name doesn't get thrown around with the other names, the other big names as much.
But he's done so
much.
But did you notice? I noticed last night's episode was actually directed by Carl Weathers.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
He's
Come on,
also
Creed.
he's
Come
also
on,
in it,
Creed.
Jonah.
He's in it.
Yeah.
He's not a main character, but he's definitely a reoccurring character.
Yes.
Neat.
Yeah. So that's cool. But still, honestly, anything I see him do, I can't get past the Apollo Creed thing.
Well,
I know. Well, yeah. You see Apollo. You absolutely see Apollo Creed, but for this, he's so much older than he was then.
Yes.
Like, he does look like a different character now.
A little bit, but really, if he just shaved the gray beard, he colors the hair on his head, so he kind of still looks like Apollo Creed.
I mean, yeah, he definitely looks good for sure.
Yeah.
And I like that. Who's that female actress that plays the?
Oh yeah, that is
She's
just
really good,
jacked.
too. Yeah, she's jacked.
She is huge. She's so
awesome.
big.
Yeah.
I forget her name, but
All
all right. Well, one more for you then.
right.
We started watching just this past weekend The Queen's Gambit.
Is that the chess one?
The one with the Queen's Gambit.
The chess
I'm
one.
so tired of hearing about the effing Queen's Gambit. I'm tired of it. Enough already.
Well,
Ripped out bone.
I have to
my
tell
God.
you,
There's a friend of mine on Facebook that wrote the Queen's Gambit. You're welcome. It's like, really that good?
yeah.
You're welcome.
I saw a lot of that too, and then Amy said one of her close friends was highly recommending it, and so finally, I was kind of like you, Jonah. I was the whole time. Anytime somebody was saying to watch it, I was just like, all right, enough with the Queen's Gambit.
Enough with
already.
the Gambit.
But I just
Right.
gave in, and I said, all right, let's watch. So we put it on. It doesn't do it for me.
Good.
It's just
Good.
and it could be one of those shows that does it for me because she's kind of, I'm not giving any spoilers away. She's such a chess genius that it's almost to the point of superpowers. Like she's got some kind of superpower when it comes to chess. And you would think I would enjoy that, but it drags for me. It's kind of slow and I don't know.
Kind of like chess. Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Let's make a nice movie about putting and golf. Oh, great.
That would be more exciting for me.
So, Lowell, I got to ask you.
Yeah.
Recently, you tweeted, and I kept this anticipating that we would actually record more episodes of the Marc and Lowell Show. I got to know, you retweeted Pee Wee Herman.
Oh, yeah. And The Wiz?
Yes, you wrote, if you're a big The Wiz fan like myself, this is a real treat. Enjoy. And you reposted what looks like somebody remade one of the scenes.
Yeah, one of the scenes from The Wiz.
From
Did
The
you
Wiz.
ever watch The Wiz, Jonah?
I did.
I really
Michael
enjoyed
Jackson?
it. Michael Jackson,
My
yeah.
parents had it on VHS, and we would watch it like every so often.
Oh,
and
see,
I was a fan of The Wiz.
That's
Yeah.
why I'm questioning it, because I had no idea. When I saw this tweet and you're like, if you're a big fan of The Wiz like me, and I'm sitting here, I've known you for over 30 years. You've never talked about The Wiz to me.
The Wiz was 35 years ago. That might be
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, we were kids, and like I remember, and like Ease on Down the Road, like
Great
that was,
song.
like,
He's on down. He's on down
the road. Yeah, like I mean,
You carry nothing that might be a low. Come on. He's on down. He's on down the road.
we would watch it as kids. So like I was a fan. I mean, I wasn't like, I didn't have posters on my wall or anything like that, but like I'm a fan of The Wiz,
Nobody beats the Wiz. Nobody
Different
beats
ones.
the
The
Wiz.
Wiz.
Guys, I have some news for you.
Okay.
Apparently, it's time for me to have my very first colonoscopy.
I know.
Oh, you know what? I got to do that too.
Yes.
But like, I don't know what the deal is now with the COVID as far as like getting one.
Oh, there's no deal. You still can get that thing shoved up your ass.
Yeah,
Don't worry about
wear
it.
A glove, a nice glove.
Because you know what happened is last year I went to my doctor's appointment and he's like, no, you're not due yet for your first colonoscopy. The age was, I don't remember at the time, 47, something like that, 48.
It used to be 47, but they bumped it.
Yeah, so then over the past year and a half, at some point, they had changed it to 45. So now I'm 2 years late from getting my colonoscopy.
Right.
And I've already spoken to the doctor that would do the colonoscopy. And yeah, they still do it. There's just more of a process with COVID. Just you got to get tested before and all that
drop
stuff.
your pants out in the parking lot, and then you bend over and they stick a thing out the window and it goes...
Yeah, you let your ass hang out the window.
I mean, there's a canopy over you.
Drive-by colonoscopy.
Yeah. They shove a tissue up your nose and they shove a thumb right up your tar hole.
Do you that was a Wayne October.
Yeah, it was.
Tar hole.
Yeah, it was.
Do they give you the test that day there, like a instant one, or like how does that go?
The COVID.
I have to get on this. Yeah, I see my regular doctor in January, so I might talk to him about it then and try and get it done. I guess in February or something like that.
Yeah, I think that you have to get it right before, and then you.
Right.
They get you on both ends.
Yeah.
Right. So when are you scheduled for?
He told me he's going to have his office call me and set something up. So I haven't heard back from him yet, and I'm not going to rush to call him back.
Right.
I know it's important. I know I've got to get it done.
Mark, you have to queue up sexual healing on your phone. And the second the tech starts doing the procedure, just hit play and keep a straight face the whole time. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know
Have
that
you
they
got
let you
yours
take
yet, Bone?
No, I haven't. But I asked in Colorado because we have a friend who has colon cancer, and with all multiple celebrities have dealt with colon cancer.
Oh, yeah.
And so I asked my doctor, and she said in Colorado it had bumped to 50. They had pushed it back to 50 years old, and that insurance wouldn't cover it.
Because you're not at the age.
Michigan.
Yeah. You should. You should. I know that. And I don't mean to make light of it. I really don't, because I know it's important.
Not light, but let's always make light of someone shoving a finger up the tar hole. I mean, let's just always.
Well, it's a
make light of
camera.
that.
And that's the thing is, I don't know what I'm more nervous about. I think I'm really more nervous about the prep before.
What's the prep?
The prep is you got to drink the stuff that makes you shit all night long.
Oh, to get rid of to cleanse the colon.
You got to clear it all out, baby.
You need a big bowl of colon blow.
That's really apparently it's like that.
Megan had it before her surgery.
Yeah, it's not good. Not looking forward to that part.
All right.
And I'm sure what I was thinking is I will do some recording play-by-play for you guys during my prep so we can...
From the table?
Yeah, from the toilet.
And from the table of the actual procedure. All right.
Yeah, have them roll on it. Yeah.
So one of the things Lowell and I have been discussing, of course, as everybody knows on the few shows that we've done over the past few months, is what we want to do with this show and how we're going to do it, keep it up, if we want to keep it up, etc. And it's funny because after all these years of me being the big cheerleader for this show, I kind of lost some steam and not sure that I wanted to do it. And Lowell has been pushing hard. Come on, let's keep doing it. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to think of, what can we do to spice this thing up? Because again, it's like we've got our steady, loyal, good-sized audience, but it hasn't been growing. And eventually, how many times can we talk about camp, right?
A lot of times.
Here's Bone. Yep, Bone. Well, we were talking about, and we've talked about this for months, actually, before COVID even, that we wanted to change the format of the show a little bit to, make it more of a niche type thing.
Right. So one of the things we're talking about is, since we always have had fun doing Into This Week's and sharing some of the things that we are in fact into, that we would do more of a review style show, still kind of injecting the usual Mark and Lowell show stuff, but making more of a focus on whether it's product reviews, food reviews, whatever that may be. We would dig into those even deeper. So that's one thing that we may do. And then, Lowell, this is one thing that we also talked about, is we're just going to really go through this process of figuring out the future of the show with our audience.
Right.
So that's what we're doing now. And Lowell, I haven't talked to you about this yet, but I'm thinking also what we do is we put out a lot of, let's call them clips or shorts that are segmented stories that we tell along the way.
Right.
And if it's a 5-minute episode, it's a 5-minute episode. If it's a 20-minute episode, it's a 20-minute episode. But maybe we even call them Mandel moments. And we put out little
moments.
And we put out some shorter clips, but more frequently than once a week, because we'll have more stories from our several recording sessions.
Right. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's what we do.
Moments just for you. What do you think?
That's perfect.
That's good. That's
All right.
perfect.
That's the show open moving forward.
That's the show open. Yeah. I love it.
So I don't know. What do you think? Because that could be interesting.
What Mark's talking about too is like just to grab the audience that we have, and if there's an interesting thing that we're talking about constantly, then we can bring in more. Whereas what we're doing right now, we're just keeping the audience that we have,
right,
and not really growing it. And we're grateful for the audience we have, but we'd like to grow it. But we've actually noticed that being on hiatus has been not bad for us, because somehow people are finding out about us and still downloading the show more.
Yeah, we've had a ton of activity on the show over the past month or two. People are either discovering us for the first time and our numbers are starting to go up, or rediscovering us. I don't know what it is, but it's been pretty nice to see that people are listening. And that's one of the reasons why we're back doing some more recording, is obviously people are interested.
So we're going to keep at it. It's just, like we were thinking, I spoke to our friend Noah, and who is a game show producer.
Yep,
as
big time.
Everyone knows.
He works with, his current project is with Ellen DeGeneres with her game show.
Right, he works on that. He's working on a whole bunch. He has a big contract with like a major production company and all that. Like, he's doing real well. His idea with us doing these reviews and stuff like that is that also we should do like a scoring system amongst ourselves. So it would be like, all right, we're going to do a Halloween candy episode, and we have to all come up with our top 5 Halloween candies, and any that we match, we make a point system. So like going down the line, if there's different shows, we're like, all right, so we did the Halloween candy one, and like all of our number 1s were the same. All of our number 2s or actually we'd start at number 5. All of our number 5s were the same. All of our number 4s were the same. All of our number 3s were the same. We're like, oh my God, this has never happened before.
Right.
What about our number 2? Is our number 2 going to be the same?
I assure you, my number 2 is a lot different than your number 2.
Believe you me, Chad.
No number 2 is the same.
Very different than your number 2.
Right. Yeah. So that was like, could play into it and make it exciting for the audience. But then, as we're going off our list, it gives us a chance to explain why we feel that this is what it is. This particular candy is where it is on our list, and then maybe a story or two along the way as we're doing it. So, and we can really do this with anything. Like I said, there's just an endless amount of things we could do. We could do things as like stupid as like toothpaste.
Sure.
What's the best toothpaste? What's the best?
Right. Right.
Like
and with all of
stuff.
us, especially with the 3 of us, I mean, we get very opinionated on our brands and things. So I think that would be good.
Right. And we can go off, so I feel like, if it's like a rating type show, I feel like we could get a lot of content out of that. Would the audience be interested in that? And I feel like, when we do those types of things on the show, it does seem to get a good reaction. So,
right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think I think we're definitely onto something. And I think, thank you to Noah. I didn't even know you guys spoke about that.
Yeah. He called me yesterday and we were just talking and everything. And I was telling him about, he always asks how the show's going. And I said, well, I explained to him what was going on and everything. He's like, oh, yeah, the rating thing. Well, here's an idea. And I'm like, oh, thanks.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, and speaking of podcasts, we should ask Jonah a little bit about his new podcast that's out.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we haven't talked to...
He walks like a cowboy.
Is that your Buzz Burbank impression?
Yeah, that's my Buzz Burbank.
It's a really good buzz.
Hey, partner, he walks like a cowboy.
Now I got to pull up that intro.
Yeah.
So for our audience, they should know that Buzz is the voiceover for Jonah's intro for his podcast, He Walks Like a Cowboy.
He Walks Like a Cowboy, a podcast with an inspiring view of how struggles can be beautiful and how strength can be found in the weakest of places. Saddle up with Jonah Berger as he inspires people to understand and believe in the human spirit's ability to grow no matter what the challenge may be. Now, here's your host, Jonah Berger.
I'm like picturing Lowell and my wife just vomiting in the toilet from the shameless promotion.
Why would your wife be vomiting about it?
Because anytime there's anything that like celebrates Jonah publicly, she's like, oh, great, another one of celebrating
Jonah Berger
publicly.
teach you how to fly.
Lowell and Megan do need to spend a little bit of time together because I think Lowell would really get to appreciate Megan so much more when he discovers how intolerant she is of Jonah's bullshit.
She loves to burn down those parades.
And I mean, bang the parade.
Yeah, then we do need to talk.
Yeah, you can connect on that one passion, the mutual passion.
She tells me about like sometimes, pre-corona, there would be, these get-togethers, these galas or gatherings or whatever they may be, for the CMTA, whom Jonah works for. It'll be a night of let's be in love with Jonah. And they'll constantly approach her like, it must be amazing being married to such an amazing man. And she says she's
Stop
just
laughing.
exhausted by it.
He said amazing. Yeah. I know. Poor Megan. She always goes, she loves to summate things. She's done it for the Mandel show too. She's like, yeah, can't poop.
Right.
80s can't poop. And for me, she's always like, oh, I've got your 45-minute speech down. She's like, go outside your comfort zone, challenge your limits. Don't let anyone tell you what you can't do. Strength is found in the weakest of places.
Oh, God.
He walks like a cowboy.
Sometimes he goes to take a leak and hasn't pulled his ween out all the way and ends up peeing on his own pants.
Jonah Berger will teach you how to shit out soft serve ice cream.
In a perfect spiral. And now,
here's Jonah.
Hey guys, it's Jonah. What's up? Hey. Good to hear everyone out there. We're going to have a really great show today.
Random moments with Jonah. Oh, yeah, and Marc and Lo. It's really coming together. I think there's something there.
Jonah Berger will teach you how to place tiny classified ads.
Jonah started from his tiny one-bedroom apartment.
Look at all of these monies. Look at all of these beautiful babes. Jonah Berger show you how to get it all.
Enjoy that podcast. You can find me at www.hewalkslikeacowboy.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's what Marc and Lowell are into this week.
I have my into. Now, you both know I own this, but I haven't gotten fully into it with you guys. The Oculus 2 virtual reality by Facebook is freaking amazing.
Yeah, Mark was telling me all about this, says I should get it.
You really should. You haven't gotten it, huh? I thought you were going to get yourself a birthday present.
Yeah, I just haven't gotten around to it.
What's holding you back?
I don't know. I just don't want to get sucked into all that computer
So what, the
games.
phone, does the phone go in there? Like
The phone does not. It is completely its own thing, its own device. It's got its own hardware built into it, but it does look like those devices that you could slide your phone into. But
And
no.
So what do you look at? Do you play games? You look at YouTube? Like, what do you do?
So you play all sorts of things. It has its own apps and games. For example, there are a few different Star Wars games that are unbelievable. But that's the thing, is you put these things on and I'm telling you, you escape somewhere else. It's mind-blowing. It really is. You forget even sometimes that you are back, you're sitting in your basement playing a video game, because everything's three-dimensional, everything is 360 degrees. And for example, like Star Wars, I mean, there's a game, you have the Force, you have a lightsaber, you can like pick shit up from, across the room using the Force. You can swing your lightsaber and battle, bad guys. It's pretty crazy. You're like warped into this movie. And we remember years ago, we had Dan, who he had brought a headset that you do slide the phone in.
Yeah.
And he was showing me
you guys
porn.
were watching porn.
Yes.
I recall that.
Yes.
3-dimensional boobs.
I will just tell you guys that the technology has improved even more since then.
Oh, has it?
Yeah.
Well, you gotta at least go look. You gotta see what it's all about.
How do you access everything on there? Like, is it through your keyboard or a phone, or how does that work exactly?
So you get here, I'll show you these.
And Facebook made it?
Well, Facebook bought the company, yes. And then this is their model. But yeah, so Lowell, these are the controllers. They have a little thumbstick on it, and then each one has a thumbstick, and then they also have a couple of buttons on it as well. And then they even have like triggers and stuff on the back.
Right.
For shooting games and things like that.
Duck Hunt.
So no, Lowell, there's no
Duck
keyboard or anything. You access it all once you are in this virtual world. You use your controllers, or now you don't even need the controllers. It actually works with hand gestures as well. But what you do is you can pull up a web browser, and then a keyboard will pop up, and you can type on it with your controller or your virtual hands.
Oh, so you just have to look for the virtual porn? Is that what you were doing?
Well, I definitely tried that, yes. But I'll tell you,
your hands, Lowell.
Yes.
You use your virtual hands.
Virtual hands.
But there's something.
If
you were actually going
under the couch,
yeah,
just in case,
yeah. If you're actually going to use it for pleasuring purposes, it's a little weird to have this big thing on your head.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Here, it's on my head. Have this thing on your head and completing the act,
and then have Amy walk in on you.
Right, right.
Mark,
what are you doing?
what are you doing? Oh my God!
You're seeing other reps. You're seeing other reps again.
Okay, and that will do it for the Mark and Lowell Show. Please go to Facebook, go to Twitter, friend and follow us over there. And if you need that information or any other information, Mark and Lowell, just go to markandlowell.com.
And if you want to get me on all the social medias, I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Ocean City, Wind Sustained. No, I'm a dick. I'm a dick. I'm a dick. And TikTok too.
Oh, yes, TikTok too. And a big thanks to Jonah Berger.
Hey, if you want to get me, you can get me on www.virtualhandlotion.com.
And a big shout out to Buzz Burbank, RJ Diaz, Aaron Lamb, and everybody else who helps us with this show. For Lowell Melser, I'm Mark Ronick. We will see you next time on the Mark and Lowell Show.
Bye-bye.
Buzz is the voiceover for Jonah's intro for his podcast, He Walks Like a Cowboy. I'm not playing it yet, by the way.
Oh, I thought that was a good lead in.
It was.
Yeah, I thought you were going to play it.
Mental moments with Jonah, Mark, and Lo. I do tend to start the show with hello and welcome everyone to He Walks Like a Cowboy.
He has done that. He has done that. Yes.
It's like tipping the hat to
Right. That's my shout out to the Mandel Show, everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I hear you've got a really good producer on that podcast, Jonah.
Hell of a producer.
Part of Ironic Media.
I will admit, I love saying, don't worry, my producer will clean that up. It's like so fun to say. I love it. Oh, don't worry about that. My producer will get it.
He'll take care of that.
Yeah.
And a big show.
And Grosvenor apartment.
Grosvenor apartment under pink couch. Under mauve couch.
Jonah didn't even need tissues. You just wipe it on the carpet and the couch that Mark would sleep on. Oh God.
Poor Mark. Dealing with the remnants of dirty Jonah.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh my God. You spitting on the floor. Oh, we could get into a whole thing again. I love getting into this with you. Next time.
Next
Poor
time.
Mark.
Let's just call that segment Poor Mark.
Yes.
And this week on Poor Mark, we look back on another way
that should be a new segment. Poor Mark, and we'll just reminisce about everything you did to him in that apartment.
The myriad of ways that dirty, filthy Jonah would just like all
Yes.
Poor Mark on Mark and Lo.
Yeah, poor Mark.
Remember that time when Jonah wiped his butt on the TV screen? Oh, God.
You're not far off.
Poor Mark.
Yeah. All right, let's get out of here.
All right.